So the next session is AI-powered B2B content strategies, budget-conscious insights for startups. And I'm very happy to introduce our next speaker, Yagmur Simsek, SEO manager and co-founder of Global Cybersecurity Network. Yagmur, great to have you here today.
Yeah, hi, thanks for having me. It's really a pleasure. So, hi everyone, I'm Yagmur Simsek. For those who don't know me yet, I'm from Turkey, but I'm based in London, and I have almost 8 years of experience in the SEO and digital galaxy, and working with B2B and B2C clients. I've been in the agency side before, but now I switched in-house and working as an SEO manager at Philip Morris International. And I am also the co-founder and SEO manager of Global Cybersecurity Network, which is a new initiative with me and my business partner that we are seeking as a side project. I'm also organizing search events in the community. So if you are wondering more about that, I also have shared the website link that you can actually follow the upcoming events to connect with the industry. I've spoken at a few events before, and now that we are also having the SEO Foresight conference, which I'm feeling like I'm lucky to be in. Since I have a startup background and also I'm also managing a startup at the moment, I thought this topic could be useful. So basically what we're going to discuss today are the role of AI content marketing for B2B startups, and how we have refreshed our strategy in terms of the content marketing after the AI gone live and gone to public in the recent years, and how actually we can utilize AI-powered SEO tools as we have a limited budget as a startup community, and see the ways that we can work on and get the most out of it. To start with, if you have any second that you cannot hear my voice, just comments so I can actually make adjustments. So the role of AI content marketing, to start with that, so this is like a big ocean, right? Like AI is a big ocean, and there are a few other areas that we need to consider. But in this presentation, we're going to be focusing on more narrow area like B2B startups and AI content marketing. So bear with me. I'll be sharing a few practical examples and also some more bonuses and tools at the end. But obviously, this is not all. So we need like more time to discover. So I will be answering your questions, but also I'll be sharing my contact details so we can discuss things further when you need. So to start with, what is the actual AI's role in our content marketing strategy when it comes to B2B platforms? It actually, so the buyer persona is really important for us, right? So it actually helps us to improve our personalization and targeting with it is data that the AI tools can provide us. In this presentation, I'll be focusing on more like ChatGPT side of things, like how I use it on my projects or how we use it with my business partner. But at the same time, we can also say that there are a few other AI tools that can help us with these kind of personalization and also targeting. So AI helps us to come up with those targeting faster, easier, and also like more comprehensive. But of course, it will also need some editing and fact checked, and also some improvement from the human side of things. So AI is not gonna end the copywriting or editing world, but it will just evolve it. And then obviously the ones who can actually can cope up with the pace, that would be the ones that win the game at the end. And secondly, AI helps us to be more efficient in the content creation and also distribution process, with actually defining the ways that we can distribute the content we create better and faster, and also giving us tips on how to make this content more efficient in terms of the language or in terms of the intent or the buyer persona that we have, and any other details that we provide to AI-based AI bots or ChatGPT or any platform that we are using for our content projects. So as a third one, this also helps us to receive data-driven insight for improving our strategy further, so that we can actually continue growing and also improving our content projects and get an overall understanding of how things work and how things perform when we made them live on our website. So in a nutshell, AI is actually reshaping the way we plan, create, and distribute content, and actually helping us startups to do more with less and also with a limited budget. So how this actually works, like just to put it in a more detailed way, in the past, we used to be, let's say, not every company has been following the same structure, but I am sharing my way of doing things here. So in the past, in our projects, we have been starting with the brainstorming and researching and planning, and also working with copywriters for content creation, and then also maybe the copywriters or proofreaders for the reviews and revisions. And then we were actually distributing and promoting our content on different platforms, and then obviously we have been monitoring the performance of the content we create. But now what has changed is actually not the whole process, but actually the way we do it. So for example, if we have been doing the brainstorming in the past, we are now also using AI to start brainstorming, and then for the idea generation, and then come up with more ideas and maybe more angles to consider, and then see which ones we're going to choose to proceed with or not. And for the second phase, for the research and planning, now we can actually get quicker data for the research and for the research process, and then we can actually use AI tools to help us on bringing more data from all over the world, all over the web, and then kind of execute and review it on our way, and also according to our goals for the with the content project, basically. And what is next is, like, for the content creation, we now have AI tools, and actually in this case we are going to be mentioning about ChatGPT case, but we also have AI writers, AI tools that can help us with the writing process. So which again helps us to fasten the process, but also cautious caveat there that we need to be reviewing the content and also not using the whole content that is provided, but also it needs to be improved and edited by our experts, or by our editorial team. So we will be providing the best and accurate data to our users, because as you also know, that AI tools are not always providing the recent data, but they are receiving the data from different and previous years. So in the revision process, there's also the process hasn't changed that much. We still need to review the content. We still need to revise the content according to the feedback from the experts in the area about that content. So I would say it also helps with the distribution process, because you can now ask ChatGPT saying, okay, I have this content now. What's next? Which platforms is the best to distribute this content? Which platforms are actually my audience and are spending time in it? So you can actually get those kind of insights and ideas from ChatGPT or other AI tools, but also you need to go and check yourself if it's really a relevant platform that you need to be in. And also the performance monitoring, it's also another phase that we need to start thinking, because I have seen a few questions before this session that, like, how are we going to be tracking the performance, how are we going to be coming up with an assumption on if our content is working or not, or what else we can actually track in terms of the AI results and etc. So if all the new world is coming and updating itself, how we can actually cope with this. So with the AI tools and actually analyzing their features, you can maybe find other ways that you can track your performance and monitor your performance instead of in addition to Search Console, in addition to Google Analytics, in addition to, let's say, your audits on the SEO tools, etc. So there are a few tools that are started getting improving themselves with the AI generation. So maybe it's good to follow the news, follow the updates, and maybe give it a try, give new tools a try, and see you are actually getting some benefit from them. So in our B2B startup, we also have a B2B startup with my business partner. So that's why I wanted to be more as specific as I can. So I can actually give some practical insights to you to use after this event. Obviously, I have some tips in mind, but obviously that is not enough for this limited time. So if you have any other questions, feel free to contact me later. So in our content journey, I could share some from our content journey. I could share some tips. For example, for ChatGPT use, I would recommend to start creating your own prompt library, which will actually save you some time in future projects. Because when you start writing your own prompt library, when I say prompt, the questions that I'm just trying to simplify the process. The questions that you're asking, or the request that you are the information that you are requesting from ChatGPT are actually kind of your prompts that if you start repeating the same process, you can actually know that, okay, I will be asking this question again and again in the future. So shall I just write the best prompt I have written, or I have received the best answers from ChatGPT, so I can start creating my own library for feature. You can also start adding your tone of voice details. You can start adding your, let's say, restrictions in the industry. If you're in a restricted industry, you can add anything that you want to your prompt library. So actually in the future, if you have to create a new tool from AI, or if you need to use this information again, you can save some time, and actually it can be one of your team members in the future, because I know startups also have small teams and then limited times and limited budget. So it's good to save the repeated process for future. The next tip would be building your team for R&D and editing, which means that you could be working with copywriters, and it could be costly at some point, but at the same time, you can start building your maybe freelance R&D team and reviewing team for the content that you will be creating using AI rather than working with copywriters in some cases. So for that one, you could start looking for freelancers from different industries that you are working for, and start kind of getting them involved in your process with low budget, and then kind of use their expertise and use their project management and R&D skills for your projects, rather than working with copywriters on that side of things. But at the same time, you also need to work with copywriters for the advanced content, for high level quality content, like providing EAT focused, EAT applied content. So you need to keep the balance. So which actually brings me to my third tip, that you also need to collaborate with industry experts that you are in with your startup. So you need to be collaborating, you need to be finding the best names in the industry and providing the best tips, the best insights from them for your content projects or any other projects, so that actually you can bring together the AI and human collaboration in the best possible way. And what else as a tip for the B2B startups in this process? I would actively check out the new AI tools, because they give offers, they give discounts, because they need your reviews, they need your feedback to improve their platforms. And sometimes they provide better accesses, so you can actually get benefit from that, and more. So we will be talking about this more in the upcoming slides anyway. By the way, I'm seeing the questions, but I will be replying at the end. And maybe you will find your answers during these slides. So to give more practical insights from our B2B startup, we have published our website back in March in 2023. And obviously, we just started getting traffic for some content ideas and content efforts. And obviously, we are seeking to get more traffic in the upcoming months. So in the upcoming slides, I will be sharing some ways that we are tackling with AI related content versus expert content. So you can actually see how we are keeping both at the same for the same website, without tackling with Google algorithm, without getting lose our traffic against Google algorithms, or without giving up our quality on content, basically. So I keep saying balance. That's why I wanted to share a quote, as I think it's really useful to think it again and again, as balance is not something we find, but it's something we create. So it's actually on us to create the balance on our projects. Otherwise, no one will do for us. So what's our approach for content planning with AI support? We are finding the balance. So there are a few article types that we are publishing. There are a few content formats that we are publishing on our website, which are listing articles, in-depth content like expert pieces, landing page, directory listings, and also guides and how-to articles. So how we are actually using AI or other R&D freelancers or editorial team in this process. So for listing articles, we are using a R&D team and editorial team, and also AI collaboration. And for experts, obviously, we are not using AI at that step, which I will share more in the upcoming slides. But obviously, we are working and collaborating with experts in the field, because cybersecurity is a sensitive industry that we need to, work on our EAT requirements, high quality content, and also we are aiming to provide the best information, accurate information, and really high quality information to our audience. And for the landing page and directory content, we are actually using AI, but also we are editing and it further with our editorial team and ourselves. And as a last thing, for the guides and how-tos, we are still using AI to get more information on the existing content on the web, but we are also writing and expanding those content with our editorial team. So if we go further, how the listing article process looks like. Imagine, if you are a new starter to ChatGPT and you don't know how to search for things, and that's why I wanted to add this step as an example. Even if you don't know what kind of prompt you want to use or you should use for a really to receive meaningful answers from ChatGPT, you can even ask this to ChatGPT, as I did here. So how can I write better prompt to find the top cybersecurity conferences, including their website links in the world? So ChatGPT actually gives you answer more, you could actually ask this question to receive relevant data that you have listed above, because we wanted to write a listicle article on the top conferences in the field. And then after I received the best and ideal prompt for this process, I kind of replicated to my aim, including more details on that, and then I pasted again to ChatGPT, and then I asked it to answer for it. So obviously it listed a few conferences for me to check later, because this is not enough. So it's your time to work with your R&D team or the internal team to fact check and understand if the information is correct, or if the dates are correct, and if the website links are the correct links. So if this doesn't satisfy your needs, you can still use different AI tools to actually provide you feedback on your prompts, and then you can actually use those data to research it again and then resubmit to ChatGPT and then get the better answer. So there's a tool that I have discovered recently, like Prompt Perfect. You can actually go to that tool and paste your prompt, and then it will make it better in terms of AI's perspective. Don't worry, I will be sharing all the slides at the end and on my social accounts, so you will be receiving it from the team as well. So you can get all the links from here. So anyway, after you receive those lists, you now can start creating your Google Sheet, adding the accurate data that you achieve with your R&D team, and then kind of start creating your list. And afterwards, you can start creating your content for the listicle post. So if you want to add introduction or a short paragraphs for each conferences, etc., you can now ask those to ChatGPT, and then you can start reviewing it with your editorial team, because again, you use AI for our R&D process. For most of them, you still need to review the content if it's matched with your aim with the content. So it's not enough with that. So you checked all the points, but at the same time, you also need to make this content as unique as possible for your website. So create a new image, new visual for your content, and which includes the your tone of voice, your brand colors, guidelines, etc. And then maybe add some freebies like free Google Sheet to link to that Google Sheet that you create, actually, because you already have the content. Why not use it to receive more clicks from Google search results, or to get more attention from your target audience? So then you can actually include that link into your article, and then provide people some useful resource that they can use for their internal purposes. So this was a listicle article process, which we collaborate with AI and our R&D team. When I say R&D team, you can think that this is a big thing, this must cost a lot, etc., etc. But at the same time, think about this way. For example, in the past, I know the days that I was working with university freelancers, like who are actually studying that specific topic. For example, I've been working at a startups listing company, so we have been working with business students, or like entrepreneurship students, to review the content, to provide R&D, and so on. So you can actually think in different ways to create your cost-effective team, and because they're also looking for experience, they're also looking to learn more about their industry. So think about that way. And when it comes to expert articles on our website, we are not using AI for the content creation. We are actually collaborating and partnering with industry experts on their field, and then create really high quality and to the point articles that could actually give our audience the best information, the high quality information. And this brings the balance to our process with AI and also human creation. And afterwards, obviously, we are using AI for getting some ideas on which platform or which tone of voice that we should be using to distribute this human written content. So it is the AI collaboration process for expert articles. We just only use it for the distribution and social media ideas, and then that's it. I hope these resonates. So when it comes to AI-powered SEO tools with limited budget, as I mentioned in the beginning, obviously we need to open our eyes during the year. When I say opening the eyes, there are a lot of tools that are providing free accesses, low-cost trials, or some newly launched tools. They are actually providing free accesses for their upcoming tools, or they are adding you their wait list, or they are actually waiting for your feedback or for your email to collaborate with them, etc., etc. So if you do your research very well, and if you are really passionate on this, and if you would know how to tackle this, most of tools also have their free trials for, like, let's say 14 days, for a month, for a week. So you can actually use those timelines to understand your data better, and then use that data for your strategy. And in the future, if you need that again, you can actually go and work with that tool that you found the best information, and subscribe to their platform in afterwards. So this will actually save you some time on which tools to continue, which tools is the best information, blah blah. You can actually try all of them during your processes, and then you can end up with signing up for one platform that could actually help you in the best way. So utilize free trials and explore the freemium versions. It's really important. And also, just a second. So also, most of the tools, and actually new tools and new AI tools, are always coming up at the moment. If you do a little search, they are sometimes ready to negotiate with you, or partner with you, or collaborate with you, or just support you on your journey if you reach out to them, and if you really kind of tell your aims and your ideas and dream better in the ideal way, not like in the spammy way. So I have shared recently I have shared a quick tweet like about if for tools or service providers to see if any startups have reached out to them in the recent year, like how many times, how often they reach out to them, etc. So even with the 79 votes, I could say over 50% people say never. So which means that they haven't been contacted by any startups for a while. And I mean, we cannot say they will be providing you free data or free access, etc. But it is worth trying to contact them, and especially the new tools, upcoming tools in the industry, and then see their reactions and their, their angle to you, and maybe some different offers like one-time offers, etc. you can get from that. So you can even use ChatGPT to draft these emails, so it's not a really long process anymore, and you can just customize it in terms of your needs and your journey. Another tip for startups with limited budgets for tools and platform subscriptions, I would say, if you become visible in the industry events like communities, Slack channels, and online platforms as well, like certainly Renge has shared a Facebook group, for example, or other platforms, I you would be visible, and your name would be visible to them, and you start building your network and trust, and as a startup, and also you start building friendships in the industry, which can end up with collaborations on, for example, you could just share a tool access with your team and their team, and you can you can just join your power and strength, and then come up with some solutions for your cost costs for like tools and SEO tools or AI tools and content tools in the future. So I would recommend to be more visible, to be more active in the community events and community platforms, so you can actually see what people are sharing, what are their needs, or how you can actually collaborate with them. Another thing, well, we passed this year's Black Friday, but it's worth noting the days for the next year's Black Friday, because there are a lot of amazing promotions going on during the Black Friday period. And I could just spot a few to give an example here. And I also spotted a really great source created by Aleida and the team. They have been sharing the Black Friday offers of the SEO and AI tools, and obviously even the availability deadlines and everything. So you could actually follow these kind of resources and get really good offers during the year for the next year, and then utilize those tools for your content projects as well. And I think this is really good to take a note for the next years, like set yourself a reminder from, let's say, August, September, and then start watching the Black Friday deals. So I just shortly listed the platforms that I mentioned within the previous slide, so you can actually get some insights from their website, and also how they can help you with the content creation process, and also your ideation and brainstorming and keyword research as well. So as a thank you, I wanted to share a bit.ly link that you can actually fill the form with your company details, and then I will be kind of giving 2 hours free SEO consultancy for the first 3 startups who fill the form, because it's going to be coming to my email so I can see the timing. And then obviously I will share the rest, the whole startups who filled the form, their data with the SEO tools that I have mentioned before. So because I'm sure that they're ready to give you early accesses or free trials, etc. So you can get some freebies at the end of the this conference day. So just feel free to message me on LinkedIn or Twitter, or email me about your questions or any concerns. I'm always happy to answer any question that I know the answer, or research more. Thank you for listening, and I will continue with the questions now.
Very much, Yagmur. That was incredible, very much in depth, and personally, I now will keep in mind that we have to create balance in SEO. Thanks for the quotation sharing. And so, moving forward with the questions. First one is from Poland. Can you provide insights or examples of how to scale AI usage in content marketing as a business expense?
I'm not sure with the business expense part. Like, if you can give more insights on that, I would be happy to provide an example or follow up later. But if if this means like creating going to international like with your content, I can maybe provide some insights on that to use AI. For example, if you want to expand your business to another country, again, AI can help you with creating native or that country's language focused content, but you still need native freelancers or native editors to review the content and provide the best local data. But if you can share more information about the business expense details, I'm happy to answer more. So I will check out later at the end of the questions and then come back if we have time. Or I can follow up on the emails with you.
Sure, we can always go back to this question, but meanwhile, let's go with the second one. Do you have a process to handle B2B startups for SEO optimization? Is it a get lost as digital agency? Any suggestions in how to tackle this project management with tools or files?
Yeah, good question. So I've been in the agency side before, as I mentioned. Now I'm in the brand side of things, so I can share some insights. So basically, what I'm doing, because I'm also getting some freelance clients from now and then. So what I'm doing at the beginning of our journey is to ask their main KPIs with the B2B website, because it can be tricky because we cannot talk about revenue or the outgo transactions, etc. So I ask them if they want to collect leads or if they want to collect forms, or I ask them if they want to increase the brand awareness only, or what's their initial aim. And then I start analyzing the website, considering that main aim, because it, as you say, it is easy to get lost on different projects within the B2B startups or website. So I would start with the main KPIs and then start analyzing the technical and also content side of things for that KPI. For example, I can start, if it's the lead form gen, I can start analyzing the form structure and the format and start testing if it really works well or not. Because even if you create the best content and if you bring the traffic to your website, if at the end of the journey, if users are able to fill that form, or if users are able to find that form and reach within few clicks, etc. So I think it's important to know your KPI first and agree with the company, and then start analyzing the website. I don't think it is useful to do the tech audit from the start without knowing anything, etc. So I would just focus on the main KPI first and their understanding of the KPI, and understand them better. Maybe provide them initial form, and then collect it, and then work on that and provide them your insights.
Great. Any personal favorites among the tools, like mentioned project management with tools? Maybe you have any?
Yeah, sorry. I mean, I used to be using a lot of project management tools, from Asana to ClickUp, or Monday to Trello. So I think one of my favorites was so far was ClickUp and Monday, which are fairly new tools. I mean, Trello is always in our hearts as a free, access tool for startups. But at the same time, those other paid tools are actually providing you some integrations, etc. So it can automatize your job easier and help you move forward. I mean, I also know Notion is also very popular around the industry, but I couldn't manage to, make my projects really automated in Notion. So everybody has their own preferences. So I would just say maybe create a few accounts and try a bit with your team. Not spend too much time, of course, but yeah, just work on it probably.
Thank you so much for sharing. Let's move to the next one. Can you discuss any advanced AI features or tools that startups might not be widely aware of, which can significantly enhance B2B content optimization and audience engagement?
Okay, so as I mentioned, I have been following some SEO tools which is shared on the slide that I shared at the end. So if when you receive the presentation, you can actually click on those websites and see what else they are providing. Like I know Content Go is a new tool. since I'm Turkish, I'm also, I'm always happy to follow the Turkish industry and the developments and improvements in there. So I saw the content AI is going well at the moment, and they are now launched to abroad, and they started improving the process. And I also saw WOP is that not only the AI, it's not coming on only to content side of things, but also the SEO and the rank tracking, etc. So there are a few tools that I'm actually getting membership and subscription at the moment, and trying, testing, and yeah, I mean, obviously I'm using ChatGPT a lot, I'm not gonna lie, and I think one of the helpful things, but of course we need to create some integrations between the SEO tools, like I use SEMrush, Ahrefs. So all these tools are also giving you an search engine ranking. So all these tools are giving you some free accesses for AI writers and AI improvements. So I would just try most of them and see which one actually provides you the best content for your B2B startups, because it might even change from industry to industry as well. So I think it's best to try a few and then see the content quality, and then kind of move forward.
Great answer. Thank you very much. And another one is, would you mind sharing the prompt libraries you are using?
Well, at the moment, I'm keeping it for myself and for our business, because it's not only my decision and also the business partner's decision, but I'm happy to review yours and provide my feedback and also some further insights before you start creating it. Feel free to message me and we can have a further conversation on that. And I can show you some examples on the screen sharing, but I can't literally share the documentation, but happy to support you on that process.
Of course, we will be sharing the links to Yagmur's social media, so you can always reach out. And the next one, given the global nature of many startups, how can AI be effectively utilized in creating and optimizing multilingual content strategies? Are there specific tools or approaches you recommend for this?
Yeah, I think it was something similar I mentioned earlier, but maybe to expand it more. I haven't tried multilingual side of ChatGPT because our website is English focused only. But however, I have heard some insights from the community that well, they are still using AI content, but they also have, and I'm also seeing on Slack channels and everything, that people are looking for freelancers to review their, let's say, Spanish content, Italian content for different websites. So I think it's still important to work together with native copywriters to review your content and create localized content instead of creating, let's say, like a Google translated content. You know what I mean? So I think it's really important to spend some budget for content reviewing, for sure, and also editing from your editorial team, I would say. And don't forget for href and text, obviously. It's the other side of things.
Okay, then next question is, considering the extensive use of AI in content strategy, what advanced analytics can startups utilize to gain deeper insights into their audience engagement and content performance?
Good question. It's also something that I think most of the SEOs are still in progress to discover or test, with the improvements in AI, of course, because before that, obviously, every startup or every company and website have their own version of tracking the user journey and the performance on their analytics and search console data and dashboards. So I would actually focus on the keywords that you are using for, since we are talking about content marketing, I'm going to answer from that angle. So I would recommend you to group your keywords that you are focusing for your B2B website, and then categorize in different steps those keywords. Categorize those keywords in different steps and grouping and clustering, seeing what kind of keywords are actually awareness focus, or like the, let's say, what kind of keywords are leading people to fill the forms or get more information, or like leading to your guides, etc., like informational content or brand awareness. So, and then afterwards, maybe start using ranking tools to track your performance against those keywords that you group for, and then see how far actually you reached your intent, because sometimes the keyword that you are ranking for awareness would not be the same would not be the ideal way to rank for. Like maybe you want to rank with your like more informational content for that specific query, but you are not ranking. So this means that maybe you need to optimize your content or improve your content so you can actually rank with the best ideal page from your website, even if you rank with other homepage or whatever. So I think it's all like you need to go and check back to your existing content and how far you're ranking against your keyword grouping, and see if you can actually optimize those landing pages or blog posts or services page better for those queries that you want to rank for transactional intent or for informational intent, etc.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Yagmur. You're always in depth with your answers, but we are running out of time for Q&A. So if there are some questions that we haven't covered, I highly recommend you to follow Yagmur, reach out and continue discussion there.
Yes,
thank
sure.
you again for joining us for today. That was really great having you.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely day, and more insights coming soon. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. And by the way, we were talking about startups a lot. So if you would like to boost your team's knowledge on SEO, I would highly recommend you to take a look at SEO Ranking Academy. We have an SEO basics course for those who are new in the industry. Or you can always benefit from content SEO course or the course on how to promote your agency, which are all free for our users. And of course, you can always look at SEO ranking in action in our compilation of workshops and have a deep dive into the tools and how they work.